everybody, and welcome back to Manifested Finesse on YouTube. My name is Manifesting Gaia. That is my Twitter, TikTok, and podcast. All the links are down below. And my affirmations list email is down below. And today I'm going to be talking about maintaining your state. So what is a state? A state is your state of being. So a lot of people want to know, how do they know what state they're in? You can know a couple ways. One way is your dominant thoughts, the self-talk you have, the unconscious conversations you have. But one way I like to identify, or how I can identify through you guys, is through your behaviors, the things you do. So commenting, oh, I'm having trouble manifesting this, or how do I manifest this, or is it possible to manifest this, or telling me about your circumstance and saying, but what about this circumstance, or searching up videos about how to manifest a specific topic, even though manifestation is the same process for everything and you already know how because you've manifested other things successfully. Or stalking your SP on social media, refreshing your messages, refreshing your emails, refreshing your bank account to see change in your 3D. A person who is exhibiting those types of behaviors is a person who does not have their desires. Their behaviors is telling me they don't have their desires, they don't think they're capable, they don't think they're powerful, they don't see themselves as powerful or worthy, they're having trouble, they're struggling. That is your state. You are in the state of being as someone who is struggling because of the behaviors you're exhibiting. A person who was fine would not be doing all that, would not be asking people, would not be commenting, would not be stalking, checking, none of that. If you're not looking to the 3D for validation, if your inner conversations are on point, if you know who you are, if you wake up every day feeling motivated and you stick to your mental diet all day, every day, you are in the state of a person with a good self-concept, who knows what they're doing, who has their desires. If you are not looking to your 3D for validation, if your inner conversations are reflecting what your conversations would be to yourself if you had your dream dog. Okay, I love my dog so much. He's so amazing. He's so good. Okay, I already picked out a name. His name is Teddy. He's amazing. People love him. We're always going to the dog park. If you are not checking for it, if you are always reverting your mind back to that story, back to that state, back to that identity, that is a state of someone who is manifesting that. That is a state of someone who has that. That is a good state to be in. You don't feel anxious. You don't question. You don't feel like it's not working. You're in the right state for your manifestation. So how do states create? Well, manifestation is identity work. It is who you're identifying as. Like I just said in that example, if your inner conversations are like that, you're identifying as someone who has their dream dog. Your state is an identity. Your state is your identity. And manifestation is your identity. And self-concept is your identity. So states are manifestations. That's how you've been manifesting this whole time, is by who you're being. It's always we're becoming. We're not seeking, we're not looking, we're not changing, we're not forcing, we're not coercing. We are becoming what we seek to experience. By changing our behaviors, by changing our inner conversations, by changing who we've been. Now, a state isn't permanent. A state can change as quickly as your thoughts do, because your thoughts have great influence on your state, especially if you are not stable and secure within who you are. So if you've been in a good state all day, and then you have a thought that says, I can't do this, and then you identify with the thought, and then you start spiraling on the thought, and then you start self-talking like, I can't do this, it's so hard, I don't know why I'm trying, I give up. That's how quickly you can go from one state to another. Your thoughts aren't permanent, your states aren't permanent, nothing is permanent. Everything is ever changing, including your reality, because it is identity. It is based on who you're being. If you keep changing states, your reality keeps changing. If you keep wavering states, you're not going to see the progress, because you are not sticking to one absolute complete state. Now, obviously, we cannot be in the same state 24/7, because we're human beings. We're going to have moments of doubt. We're going to have moments of questioning. We're going to have moments of frustration. But that's fine. It's all about dominant. Your dominant states, your dominant beliefs, your dominant assumptions, your dominant identity, your dominant thoughts. It's all about dominant, where you keep going back to. When something happens in the 3D, who do you go to? Do you go to the person who has it all? Do you go to the person who it's worked out for already? Or do you go to the person who can't? Do you go to the person who it's hard for? Do you go to the person who wants to give up? So a lot of people like to say, just feel it. Just feel yourself there. Just feel the wish fulfilled. If I want to manifest something new, how do I do it? How do I use states? Just feel it. That is hard for a lot of people. I don't expect every single person to be able to just feel something, to just know something, to just be able to jump into the state, okay? Because we are human beings. A lot of us have limiting beliefs, have programming, negative self-talk. We don't know how to just throw away all of that and then go over here. How do we get in a state when we are in a state of so much commotion? For me, this is where techniques come in. Your techniques being your affirming, your scripting, your visualizing, subliminals, affirmation tapes, meditations, all of that. So a lot of people like to say, well, if you had your manifestation, you wouldn't be affirming, you wouldn't be visualizing, you wouldn't be using subliminals. First of all, My number one rule of thumb has always been, if it feels good, then do it. There are no rules. Don't let anybody else come in here and tell you, well, if you had your manifestation, you wouldn't. Don't let nobody else come in here and tell you what you can and can't do. Don't let anybody say, well, if you had your manifestation, you wouldn't listen to subliminals. And then you're in your head, but I love listening to subliminals, and like, I don't feel any resistance, and it's only ever gotten me what I wanted. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Don't change for anybody or anything. When people say that, like, oh, you wouldn't be doing it if you had your manifestation, it doesn't even make any sense. Because if $60,000 just appeared in front of my face right now, or if my celebrity SP just walked through my door right now, I would be in my head like, oh my god, I just manifested $60,000. I just manifested $60,000. I have $60,000. I'm so rich. Or my celebrity SP is right there. My celebrity SP just walked in. First of all, affirming is natural. Visualizing is natural, okay? We are always thinking about the past or the future. Especially something good happens. Like, if I manifested $60,000 yesterday, just like that in front of my face, I'm gonna be like going back to that moment every single 5 seconds because it feels good. So first of all, that doesn't even make any sense. You wouldn't do it if you, I would. And also, even if it's something like action-wise, like scripting or listening to subliminals or sats, like, oh, you're in a healthy relationship, you wouldn't be listening to affirmation tapes for healthy love. First of all, your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference. Anything you tell it or anything you visualize, anything you tell it, it thinks it's happening right now present. Anything you close your eyes and see, it thinks it's happening right now present, unless you say otherwise, unless you waver or say that wasn't real, that's not true, it's not going to work out. But assuming you have the right mindset and you are listening to the affirmation tapes, it is taking it in and processing it as if that is happening right now. So there is absolutely nothing wrong with doing your techniques and practicing states. Like, I don't know where that came from. It's giving the energy of, well, you can't affirm certain words because your brain doesn't process it. Like, it's like that. Like, too many rules that don't even make any sense. Don't listen to anybody if you don't agree. There's nobody here that should be saying you shouldn't do this, this doesn't work. I thought when we crossed the law of attraction to law of assumption, we were like, okay, we're not going to do that no more. So we're not going to do that no more. Whatever makes you feel good. I love techniques, okay? But the thing with techniques is they're used to push you to the state or maintain the state and not to see anything in the 3D. So a lot of people are like, okay, well, how do you use states and affirm? How do you affirm for states? How do you visualize for states? How do you script for states? It's very simple. So if I'm affirming, all right, I'm a movie star, I'm not doing it so in 5 minutes from now a director walks in and offers me the next biggest movie role. I'm doing it so that I feel that real, like, I'm a movie star, and then I go in my mind and then have that self-talk, like, I can do it, like, I can see it, I'm meant for success, I'm meant for fame, like, it's my birthright, I can have these desires. You are talking to yourself. Or if it's hard for you to like understand, like, talking to yourself, talk how you would talk to your best friend. Girl, I'm going to be a movie star. I'm a movie star. I was meant for this. I was born for this. Same thing with visualizing. Like, you are not doing it and then coming out of it and then being like, well, my 3D still looks the same. You are doing it, seeing yourself in your dream, whatever, your dream house, your dream company, sitting in the chair, sitting in the dream car, whatever you're doing. And then you're saying, this is my real reality. Like, this is real. I see it. I feel the steering wheel. Okay. I feel the keys for my new front door, for my new house. Like, this is my reality. This is what's happening. I feel it. I know it. There's no contradicting. It's my birthright. This is meant to happen. I saw it in my head and it has to reflect because I'm going to stay in the state of this is my reality. That's your state. When you get out of that, it should be your state of that was real. That's where I am. That's my life. That's the good state that you want to be in. And again, if you do a visualization, it feels good, you come out of it, and then you're back to the bad state. That's why you persist in those techniques. That's why we don't just do visualization once and it just shows up. That's why we don't do one scripting session and it can show up. That's why I don't affirm one time a day and it shows up. You use those techniques to keep pushing you back. Like, okay, you come out of visualization, you're like, my 3D still looks the same. You go in your mind with the self-talk and you're like, no, it doesn't. Everything's good. It looks perfect. My 3D is reflecting exactly what I want because I'm reflecting exactly what I want, because I'm being the person who has it all, because I'm in the right state of being, because I believe in myself. So techniques are what you're going to use when you fall out of the state, okay? I don't care if it's just self-doubt. I don't care if it's a spiral. If it is spiraling, first you're going to regulate your nervous system using a nervous system regulation technique. So EFT tapping, deep breathing, meditation, somatic shaking. You need to take a cold shower, put your face in ice water, like, you know, go outside, get in sunlight, touch your feet in bare grass, like whatever it is, you're going to calm down. And then self-concept, I use affirmations for my self-concept. So going into it, be like, I'm the best, I'm the operant power, like this has to work out, I'm chosen, I was born for this, this is my life, I get to create, I'm a goddess, I get to have it all. right? And then you go into your technique for the desire. So if it's a specific person, then you're going to, he loves me, man, we're good. She loves me, we're good, we're in a relationship. I don't know what I'm tripping for. Everything's good, everything's worked out. They're coming to me, they're thinking about me right now, actually. Okay, money's thinking about me right now. Money's finding a way in my life right now, okay? And that's basically it for states, okay? It is just who you're identifying as. Your behaviors are going to tell you what you're doing, or even like your urges. Even if you don't stalk SP social media, the mere fact that you even think about it or have the urge to or the desire to is kind of saying, okay, there's still a part of me that like isn't where it needs to be, isn't where I want to be, okay? And it's showing up, so it's a little bit dominant, okay? And then you subside it with your self-talk, your techniques, whatever. You can go on a quick little visualization, visualize for 15 seconds, okay, SP sending you flowers at work or something, and you're like, all right, that's where I'm going, that's where I need to be, that's where I am, okay? Nowhere else. I'm not out here, I'm in here. Anytime you fall out of the state, you pick yourself back up, remind yourself who you are, okay? That's it. States are so simple. I love them. Remember, every technique you do, use it to push you into the state, okay? Not for anything outside of you, okay? That's it. And with that being said, that is all for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, you can have anything you want in this universe. Nothing's too big, small, wide, or expensive. I believe in you. You should believe in you. And I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!